Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Forer from TradeWinds.com, and this is our update for January 19th, 2017. Let's take a quick look at today's markets. Well, we did see some selling today across the board. The Dow finished lower by 72 points, and actually it was the fifth straight day of selling on the Dow, and it got very, very close to these lows. It did breach them intraday, but managed to close back above them to remain in that range. But we're getting very, very close to a breakout. The S&P 500 was down 8 points and also remains in that range, while NASDAQ was down 15. It put in a fresh new high up here, 50.74, before pulling back slightly. Now the Russell gets very interesting. It was down 12 points. More significantly, though, it has closed below these lows here. There's this wick here, but I'm not counting that. I'm counting that it was these lows that we were looking at a while ago. And if I draw this for you, I'll zoom in just a second here. But you can see that we were looking for a breakout. It was that low and this high that we were looking for. You can see how many times we've come close to this level, how many times we've touched it, and then bounced back above it. Today, we actually closed below it, and what we also have is a bearish engulfing setup here. So any close or trade, actually, below today's low it should mean more downside to come. And so this is going to get interesting very, very quickly. Looks like the Russell's leading the way. We'll see if the Dow and the S&P follow here. Let's continue on. TLT. Now this is a scary chart, and not so much on the daily time frame here where we're seeing it. You can see it's a crucial test right now, testing this 20-period moving average. And if it does not hold, it should test these lows at 116.80 and potentially go much lower. The reason I'm saying scary and the fact that this looks likely to break lower is this weekly chart. Look at this. You have very, very strong momentum lower, and this pullback couldn't even get back to that 20, and now puts in a strong bearish engulfing setup. Now, this bar does close tomorrow. We still have one more session to go, but because it is Friday and it is the inauguration, I don't expect a lot of back and forth in the market tomorrow. In fact, it should be a fairly quiet day unless during his speech, Donald Trump says something surprisingly that shocks the market. So if this closes off the week with this bearish engulfing setup, any trade below this week's low, which was 119.55, and I think we easily test these lows, if not go much, much lower on TLT. So that's what we'll be keeping an eye on. Gold today down about 7 points, and crude was up about 29 cents at the close. Also, a couple of earnings on top. American Express disappointed, but IBM aftermarket close was interesting and quite surprising, actually. They did beat. They came in at $5.01 per share compared to an estimate of $4.88. But it is, and here's the surprising part to me, this is the 19th straight quarterly drop in revenue for IBM, and which is quite surprising. Now, their chart looks a lot like the index charts here, and after hours, though, we were trading lower. I saw it down about 3 points very, very early on after that earnings release, so it could be down even lower, which would certainly take it below these lows here. And so I think IBM will have started its rollover here, but we'll see where it opens tomorrow and then take it from there. That's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you on our next update.